Howdy, everyone. Right off the bat, first of all, there's a brand new show. It's a Marvel show, and I'm a big fan of Marvel, but it's freaking an Agatha movie, and I wasn't the big. I liked the Scarlet Witch situation. I liked what it was for what it was, but it wasn't like super awesome either. It wasn't like the greatest thing ever, anyways. So it's kind of like, all right, well, this Agatha all along one, like it could, it might be nice, but I don't know. I just, it's freaking Agatha Harkness. Like, how do you make a how do you make such a B tier villain a whole show by itself? You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. There's not a lot to Agatha Harkness. She's a witch. She's a witch. Like that's her whole thing. She's a witch. It's like I don't know what else you could do with her. So I don't know. I'm assuming this takes place immediately after takes place immediately after what the frick is the name of that freaking show? The one with the Vision and WandaVision. There you go. The one with Vision and WandaVision. Oh, okay. You know what? To be fair, it's not that the name is difficult. It's actually a genius name. It's just the freaking show was so forgettable. Anyhow, let's check this out. I haven't actually I watched like the first like minute of this. And then I pretty much paused it because I'm like, oh, this sounds like it's gonna be good. Alright, let's go.
Man, some people just absolutely refuse to take the win. I mean, Deadpool and Wolverine turned out to be the biggest smash hit of the summer movie season, and while I don't think
Let's be honest though, everybody anticipated that though. Everybody anticipated Deadpool and Wolverine, like, destroying the box office.
To change the trajectory of the MCU, it could at least be seen as the first step in the right direction. What Marvel really need to do now is follow it up with a high-profile, crowd-pleasing project. Something to solidify the success of Deadpool and prove that it was more than just a lucky fluke for a franchise that's sliding slowly into irrelevancy.
Yeah!
So naturally, they decided to follow it up with Agatha All Along.
What is this image, first of all? Second of all, so they actually named it Agatha All Along? Not just Agatha. The Agatha All Along song that it's based on has her murdering a puppy. Agatha murders a puppy in the middle of that song. Why would you remind me of that song? I hate
and
that.
And if that name's not familiar to you, you might remember it more as Agatha House of Harkness, or Agatha Coven of Chaos.
Oh, so they changed it a lot. Any one of those is better.
The Darkhold Diaries.
Except for that one.
And if that name's not familiar to you, you might remember it more as Agatha...
This sounds awesome. House of Harkness sounds amazing.
House of Harkness, or Agatha Coven of Chaos.
Coven of Chaos is trying too damn hard. That's like Multiverse of Madness. Like, you gotta stop.
Or Agatha Darkhold Diaries.
Again, nah, man.
I hate so much about the things that you choose to be.
And yeah, the constant name changes were definitely an intentional move as part of a quirky marketing campaign, and totally not a panicking
Is there a
studio
green
trying
witch?
different ways to
like in The
polish
Wizard
a
of Oz?
turd. It's a show that's been in development for so long that I genuinely started to forget what it was even based on, and I suspect the people behind the trailer realised this too, which is why about 50% of it is just a recap of WandaVision. Ah, remember
No, wait, really?
Remember the first few episodes that hinted at a bold and inventive new way of Marvel storytelling on Disney+, only to devolve into the same generic CGI slop as everything else they've put out in the past 5 years? Anyway, believe it or not, the show is almost upon us now, and having watched the trailer and a couple of the behind-the-scenes featurettes to familiarise myself with what it's trying to be, the biggest question that comes to my mind is, who's this show even made for? Don't worry though, we'll come back to that question in a minute. The general premise, as far as
Audrey Plaza was in it?
I understand it, is that Agatha was stripped of her powers and imprisoned by Wanda at the end of WandaVision, but with Wanda dead, for now at least, Agatha's been released from her spell. The problem is that she still does.
They're still planning on bringing back Scarlet Witch. Stop. Also, on top of that, she had her powers taken? I thought she had her powers, like, sealed or something. I didn't know that she had them, like, taken away.
doesn't have her witch powers back, and the only way to retrieve them is to follow the witch's road, where she'll be rewarded by whatever she wants at the end. Provided she can survive the trials, of course. So before you can say contrive.
What? So you have to go down the witch's road to get your witch powers back. So are you just born a witch, or can you get witch powers? Like, I'm confused now. I thought you had to, like, learn from, like, the magic books and anybody could do magic. Wasn't that what Doctor Strange did? Doctor Strange is like, anybody can learn magic. You just gotta, like, practice at it.
Plot ideas. She's assembled a diverse
How come they have to go? Also, what the frick is this cast for reals? What?
of witches to embark on her journey with her. Nice to see a token male witch thrown in there too. I'm sure he's gonna be a real bastion of masculinity.
Oh, definitely. He's gonna be the most alpha male Giga Chad.
Interest you in a pre-road appetizer.
Yeah, okay, he's gonna act just the same way that every male character in Marvel lately has been acting. Got it.
Reminds. Well,
don't believe me? Go look at She-Hulk.
On that subject though, let's see if we can find any of the other modern MCU trademarks, shall we? Cringeworthy attempts at humor?
You're bound.
And you need a chemical peel.
Check. Generic tough female character that everyone's supposed to
A chemical peel? What the frick is that?
be scared of?
What's a chemical
Check.
peel?
Implied gay relationship?
Again, I'm kind of curious now. This is from the Mayo Clinic. A chemical peel is a procedure in which a chemical solution is applied to the skin to remove the top layers. The skin that grows back is smoother with a light or medium peel. You may need to undergo the procedure more than once to get the desired result. Ew! So what, you just throw acid on your freaking skin and, like, burn off the top layer of skin? That's ridiculous. Why? You're gonna, like, get rid of all of your, like, protection. That's, like, doesn't your skin, like, have, like, bacteria, like, healthy bacteria on there that like, protects you from bad bacteria? Why would you want to, like, just shampoo? Just body wash? Why you putting acid on your skin? Oh, man, how strong do you want the acid to be? Redness, scabbing and swelling, scarring, changes in skin color, infection, heart, kidney, or liver damage. Freaking, well, yeah, you're putting a bunch of chemicals into your skin. You're gonna, like, absorb some of it. I'm good. I don't want to put chemicals on my skin. I like my skin, even with all its splotches and the scars and scabs that I have. I like my skin. It's nice.
That can be
and it's soft. I take good care of my skin.
Releases.
I lotion up, baby.
Want a phone number?
Check.
This is never gonna work.
More! I lotion my whole body, ladies. Not just my nanner.
The one thing I can say in the show's favour is that they seem to be prioritising practical effects over CGI, at least according to the behind-the-scenes
The freak is that?
which is something, I guess. In a franchise where apparently
That
it's
look
too
cool.
much effort to even film on a suburban street for real, it's nice to see production designers
I like the
working
sets,
with
yeah.
prosthetics, animatronics, and actual physical sets for a change. I mean, I definitely wouldn't expect them to continue this trend, but it did make me think that someone in charge of it actually cares about the end products. That's nice and all, but I suspect all that good work is going to be undone by the writing, which, if the trailer and the features is anything to go by, is going to make Amy Schumer seem like Dave Chappelle.
No.
I mean, I know that humor's subjective, but
great.
Jesus Christ, there's only so far you could push that premise before it collapses.
This is what I don't like. Is I don't like that everything has to be
nice
meta
and all,
now.
but I suspect
She can't just be a freaking, like, a Madame Fortune Teller.
all that
She
good work
has
is
to
gonna
be a
undone
freaking
by
clown with the
writing,
orb.
which, if the trailer and the features is anything to go by, is going to make Amy Schumer seem like Dave Chappelle.
You see what I mean? Like, she's got the orb, like, they're making her seem like a wacky like a wacko.
No.
See, even there, like, even she's, like, cringing. But it's like, see, it's cringy because you're reacting like that. You're trying to be meta about it. Like, look at this. Look at this. Let me show you. Let's see if we can find it. It's an old movie. None of you have heard of it, I'm sure. I'm pretty sure none of you have seen this movie or even heard about it. It's an old movie for old heads like me that's from millions of years ago.
Listen, I need some help getting. I lost my way. I don't know how to get out of here. I'm sorry if I sound a little frazzled, but I just had myself a little freak show back there.
So this is Madame Leota. I'm gonna skip forward just a little bit because well, I don't want to get freaking hit. Well, we're on Twitch.
Mr. Gracie, but I got stuck in the wall.
I forgot. I thought it was on YouTube today.
The ghoulies from last Halloween. Awaken the spirits with your tambourine.
Yeah, I hear you, but I don't see you. Where are you?
I am Madame Leota, seer of all.
Look at Eddie Murphy's. Look at Eddie Murphy's like reaction to her. Watch this. Look at Eddie Murphy's reaction.
Silence! Whom do you seek?
I am seeking a way out of here.
You see, it entirely is dependent on how the scene is shot. At no point is Eddie Murphy like, God, what is this cringe? Ugh, you gonna do this whole thing? He does start to tell her, like, alright, I don't like this, like, magic, this is a BS, I know you're just all a trick. Like, he does act like that, but he does it with this, like, seriousness in his tone. He does it with this, like, actual human reaction, I feel like. And he sort of, like, he brings a levity or a seriousness to the topic, to the conversation, to the scene, when he's talking to Madame Leota. You know, so even you as an audience member, she's saying a bunch of wacky rando BS. Oh, spirits of Halloween, rise the dead up with your tambourine. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's stupid. But the way Eddie reacts to it sells the scene. It makes me feel like, okay. Like, he's a little intimidated by this like, orb, this spirit ball. You feel like...
I don't want to look within, I want to look without. Are you deaf?
There is great evil in
You see what I'm saying? He's still not taking her seriously, but he's taking the... But he is treating the situation seriously, so to speak. You get me? They're not just like he's not clowning on her, which is like the audience can clown on her because that's for the audience. But if the character is in the freaking movie, it is to take the story seriously. And it's like I'm not saying you can't be meta or you can't like make fun of him. Eddie Murphy, I think, has a scene in here where he starts to like tell her like there's all a bunch of like magic wires and BS, and he starts to argue with her, but.
And lead us through this stormy night.
Hey! Everyone, stay on the ground. Stay on the ground, please.
See what I'm saying? It's freaking phenomenal, and I love it. But when you freaking do it like this, it's like the only person cringing isn't just Agatha, it's all of us. It's all of us.
To go by is going to make Amy Schumer seem like Dave Chappelle.
No.
I mean, I know that humor's
So it's like freaking like how am I supposed to take your story seriously if you're not taking your own story seriously? And again, it's not that it has to be like that 24/7, but you gotta freaking like at least make the characters react in a way that makes the audience feel like you yourself are taking your own story seriously. And it's like if you're gonna do it this way, fine. But why does it have to happen with literally every single thing? Every single scene, every single conversation, every character has to be meta. Every person has to be meta. The reason it works in Deadpool is because it's only really Deadpool being meta. Even Wolverine is not that meta. There's a couple moments, but it's because of Deadpool. You get me? He's the through line. You're not getting every single person in the entire movie being the most meta person in the universe. You gotta chill.
Jesus Christ, there's only so far you can push that
Hey,
premise
Master
before it
Sam!
collapses under the weight of terrible gags, awful delivery.
We got tons of
and a
videos to react today. All this. We got so much to go through. It's gonna be a fun day.
tone so predictable that it feels like it came off an assembly line. It's weird because the featurettes keep making such a big deal out of how hilariously funny the lead actress is and how surprising it is that she can also do drama.
So many people think of Catherine as being a comedic actor, but it's her dramatic ability to go all the way there.
Blast me, you witches!
Meanwhile, all I could think about was this scene from Planet
I believe
Terror.
I also added the a birthday fails compilation. You you said a couple
This
days
is
back.
what happens when you tell people lies their entire careers. Lies like, you're really funny, or you're a great singer, or
But
this show
I
is
am gonna
totally-
try to. Sorry, I'm gonna pause it because I do want to continue to speak on the topic here. But I am probably we are gonna do like I'm gonna try to keep it like we'll do some like reviews or some like quote unquote talky stuff right now, and then we'll go into like memes to liven up the mood, and then we'll go into like more heavy topics, serious stuff, and then at the very end of the day, closer to like 5, 7 o'clock, we'll probably do scary videos. So it'll be a pretty cool day today.
This is what happens when you tell people lies their entire careers. Lies like, you're really funny, or you're a great singer, or this show is totally going to be a hit. Trust me.
I don't think it's necessarily that they keep lying to them. I feel like it's a lot of people. It's a lot of yes menning each other. A lot of people being like, "Oh, I think this is the best way to do it, and I think this is how I want to do it." And then like a lot of people being like, "Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you." And then if somebody was like, "No, I don't. I think this is dumb," they'd be like, "Well, you're fired. Like, get out of the room. We don't like you." Ooh. And then it's like, then yeah, slowly but surely, you just have nothing but a bunch of echo chamber like yes men that will never ever tell you an honest truth if something is good or bad. The best way I can explain this, or the best way I can give an example of this, would be George Lucas. For those who don't know, when it came to Star Wars with George Lucas, when it came to episodes in order of that they released year wise, anyways, it was episode 4, 5, and 6. And then 1, 2, and 3 came out. So for episode 4, 5, and 6, George Lucas was heavily criticized, heavily judged, and he took in a lot of criticism from fellow directors, from fellow writers, from people on the movie set, from people that were involved in the project. When it came to episode 1, 2, and 3, at least according to like the interviews and stuff, that like the behind the scenes stuff, a lot of people tended to talk about how he was less because like sort of the fame of the first 3 movies got to him. He started to take a lot less criticism. He started to be more emboldened, and he started to sort of believe that he was always in the right, which is why when he started to heavily CGI and heavily edit down those movies. And so a lot of people were not big fans of that, but he just didn't take the criticism. He surrounded himself with yes men, and we got Jar Jar Binks. But at the end of the day, that what can you do? What can you do? That's why you should never surround yourself with people who only agree with you.
I think the person I feel most sorry for, though, is Aubrey Plaza, one of the only actresses in this show who's actually funny in real life, and probably deserves a lot more success than she's gotten
hilarious.
in her career. If Jenna Ortega is the MCU, then Plaza is the Fox X-Men movies.
Oh my good lord! I'm sorry.
Actually funny in real
I kind of want to watch it now.
and probably deserves a lot more success than she's gotten in her career. If Jenna
Yeah, I think I kind of want to watch this now.
Ortega is the MCU,
Just a little bit, like something about the show is really appealing to me now.
then Plaza is the Fox
A
X-Men
lot.
movie.
Like a lot. Like I really want to watch this now.
Someone who got there first, had their share of wins and losses, but never quite reached the same heights, and ultimately
Can I
blew
skip
their
to the
best
episode where Audrey Plaza appears? What episode is that? Because somebody let me know in the chat.
success. But I think
In the
biggest
comment section of the
problem this
YouTube
show
video,
has
let
to
me know what
overcome is
episode she
that,
pops out on, so I can just like skip to that
nobody
one.
wanted this fucking thing in the first place. It was commissioned at a very different time, a time when Marvel was still riding high, and they probably thought that every new Disney Plus show was going to spawn a whole network of spin-offs that people would absolutely gobble up.
Hey, I don't really well, yeah, yes and no. Especially when you're riding a like high, I feel like the producers and whatnot, executives, let's say, they're probably more willing to take risks. But I feel like there's a big difference between like getting greenlit to accept that risk, or sort of allowing like not canceling the show, because like you could make an entire, I'm assuming what he's talking about is like the entire like the phase 4 like order of video of stuff, when they were talking, when they were showing off like, oh look, this is all the videos and movies and shows that are gonna come out in phase 4. Like, you didn't have to release them all. The Disney could at any point be like, you know what, that one's gonna get chopped, we're losing popularity, let's chop that one, we don't really need these, even if there's work there. similar to how Concord has been like just like completely let go. Disney could at any point cancel these shows, write it off as a tax write-off, and move on to the next thing. But they don't. So it's kind of like I don't know why, but they don't.
Fuck. And well, the reality in 2024
And yes, putting out a
is
bad
very-
show is much worse than not putting out a show. Because your brand recognition goes down. It stops being a top name amongst
Tell me,
families.
Are you excited
Let's say.
to watch a show that's basically a spin-off of a spin-off, centered around a character that was so completely forgettable that it's almost impossible to even form an opinion about her now? I asked at the start of this video who I thought this show was made for, and taking into account the aging and mostly female cast, the campy tone, the song and dance numbers, the constant wardrobe changes, and the painfully dated attempt.
Yeah, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. This feels like good Lord Audrey. Good Lord Audrey. Sorry. Something about the vibe I'm getting here really makes it feel like this is intended for people who still have nostalgia over the 70s.
Of humor. It seems to be a show targeted at middle-aged wine mums who also have a passing interest in superhero movies. And
That's what I'm
not gonna
saying.
lie, that is a pretty small demographic you're appealing to there. I think Marvel themselves suspect that this show is dead in the water and is likely to land with all the impact of a left hook from Stephen Hawking, which is why there's been almost no advertising
What
push
was
for
that
it.
analogy? A left hook from Stephen Hawking? Bro, I don't know. How fast is the wheelchair going? That could hurt.
By all accounts, their senior leadership is very aware of their decline in popularity these days, and more importantly, the reasons why it's happening, and they're
Because you don't think those wheelchairs spin quickly until you get run over by one, bro. Actually, you're hurt.
working hard to alter course.
I had a boy in middle school and high school, technically. He switched high schools. Who freaking ran my foot over once so freaking badly, bro. It hurt. And it wasn't with the wheel that's like in the front that like spins easier, so it's a smaller wheel. It was with the big fat one, the one that's like electronically powered in the back. It hurt.
The problem is that massive franchises like the MCU
I was about to
are-
give him a shout out and say his real name until I like an idiot until I realized I'm like I can't do that. But shout out to you, dude. I keep in touch.
about as maneuverable
On-
as your
on-
average
on the
super
interwebs.
tanker, and there's still a whole lot of shit in the pipeline that's too far along to salvage. For example, Ironheart's been in the can for years now, and they still haven't released it.
Ironheart. I forgot Ironheart was a thing. That's right. They made like a little like I don't know, like a little Wakanda Iron Man. I don't know what Iron Woman. Sorry, my apologies.
Because they know it's gonna suck. But just like the DCU, once James Gunn took over, there's not much choice except to expel it out into the world, get it over with, and hopefully move on to something better. Honestly, with 9 episodes to get
Which, by the way, why did you decide to bring Ironheart after Tony Stark was gone? You didn't think to like. I don't know. I wanted them to meet. I wanted Ironheart to meet Tony Stark. You know what I mean? And like I don't know. Maybe he helps her like build the first suit or because of I don't know something. I wanted something, but no, you completely threw that away. I guess.
through, I don't think I'll even bother watching Agatha all along, and I suspect a lot of other people out there are gonna feel the same way. Anyway, that's all I've got for today. Go away now.
Freaking A, dude. I don't know what to say as far as Agatha all along goes. It's freaking. It's probably not a show I'm gonna watch, honestly. Like, if, and this is a strong if, I ever start to get into movie, show, and video game reviews, like full blown videos, which I'm going to I plan on doing, but I already have a couple games for like that I'm already gonna do. I might like watch these kinds of shows, but since I'm not reviewing Agatha all along, I'm not gonna watch it. I don't feel like I'm gonna watch it. I don't feel like that's gonna be something I'm gonna probably be all over. I normally watch Marvel stuff with the family, with Papa Monkey and my little bro monkeys, and none of us are gonna be interested in that. So yeah, there you have it. I'll ask my younger sibling monkeys if they like are a fan. I do have some sibling monkeys that are into witchy things. So you know, I'll find that out. I think it might be interesting to see if they're like interested at all in the show. Like I like my sis monkey. She's like super into like, you know, the whole like Nightmare Before Christmas, Wednesday, Patricia, specifically Patricia Adams. You know, just sort of like all kinds of like, you know, freaking what's her name? The spooky lady. Not Patricia, it's Morticia, and then the lady I was thinking about was Lady. I forgot her name, but she's not very fun. She used to be really famous for like the scary, the spooky like shows. Video. Who is this lady? Hold on, let me see. Scary lady. Watch this say, I put scary lady even though she's drop dead gorgeous, but watch this actually like bring up the correct one. It's her. Alright, there we go. Why am I freaking forgetting her name? Elvira, there we go. Elvira. She's a huge Elvira fan. Sis Monkey. Huge Elvira fan. So I'll ask her if she's into like Agatha all along. So she's sort of into that vibe, anyways. I honestly don't see it going that way because just watching what I saw, it definitely feels like there's a lot of witchy inspired things, but not a lot of actual like occult style. It just seems too meta, too cringy, too meh. Let me refill my beverage real quick. Give me one sec. Thanks for hanging out. Like or dislike, comment, and subscribe, and become a Monodachi today! I live stream all day, Monday through Friday, so go say hi! That's all for now, Monos. Goodbye, and thanks for swinging by. Salut!